What's going on, nerds? Welcome back to the Comic Book Nerd Nation, episode 43 this time. I'm Fox2. I'm here with the whole effing Brian.
Hey, guys.
Okay, so here's the deal. It's just the two of us this week. Do you think we can handle it?
I think we could handle it.
I think we can handle it, too. And a couple weeks ago, so I've done some episodes where it was just myself and Pirate, just myself and Topher. Now we're rounding things out. It's just me and just the whole effing Brian. Now, when I did the episode with Topher, he kind of challenged our followers to get a couple extra views to kind of show that he was the best. So, I mean, it kind of seems like a challenge to me. I don't know if you're picking up what I'm putting down.
If I would have known this was a competition, I would have had a song and dance ready.
Little dance a little jig for us or something. Maybe if we're real good, we can talk you into it before the end of the show. We'll see.
I would have had got my hat and cane like Michigan J. Frog.
So just the two of us this weekend. You weren't able to make it last weekend or last week for the episode of the podcast. So this week, what you been reading? What have you been reading over the last 2 weeks, actually?
Oh, man. You know what? Nothing that spectacular. I mean, if people been picking up probably the Future's End tie-ins.
The 3D covers.
The
3D
what do
they call?
covers.
They're called like one-shots or one-points or something?
Yeah, one-shots.
What's the deal with that? Why are they calling them one-shots?
One-time deal. I mean, those stories won't continue in the books. Like next month will be the regular stories.
Does that mean that they're not going to reprint these either? It's just like a first printing only, or
no? They'll reprint them. It's one shot because the story has nothing to do with everything else. Like they took a break. They took a break for a one-time deal to tell a different story than what's going on.
Did you get the 3D covers or did you get the regular covers? Because I saw that they had them both.
I got the 3D covers. Actually, if you remember back in Forever when Forever Evil started, they had the Villains Month.
Yes. I unfortunately did not partake in those 3D covers. I wish I had because there are some badass ones, but it looks like the prices are coming down on a lot of those now.
Yeah, well, what happened during Villains Month was they didn't make enough 3D covers for the influx of people buying them.
I see.
So those 3D covers, if you didn't get there right away, you didn't get one. Or if you didn't find them sold somewhere else. But usually if you did, they would be like 2 times the price. So this time it seems like DC was printing out and ordered a lot more copies. So
I have 1 or 2 of the Villains Month 3D covers. I can't remember which one they are. They're actually duplicates that Pirate had that he sold to me for like cover price or whatever. Or I think I might have traded in some old Punisher comics for him or something to that effect. But yeah, I unfortunately didn't partake last time. So I've got some this time. Not all of them, but which ones did you get?
The only ones I've read actually, because some of the stories have lacked. I never read the synopsis online before I pick them up, but for this one I did. I've read the Green Lantern.
I liked that one.
Good. That was a really good one. I like the whole thing with his father showing up.
I like how
about the Black Lanterns.
Yeah, and I liked how they kind of ended it with the whole battle with Krona being basically the new Black Hand, and then they ended with Hal Jordan being put into the wall.
I like that ending. It was pretty cool.
I thought it was for a one-off issue where there's not going to be any additional storyline or anything like that. I thought it was a neat ending. It really doesn't mean anything. It's probably not even going to be in canon or anything like that, or it's probably going to have zero to do with continuity. Yeah. But I thought it was a really good story. It's worth the cover price just for the story, I thought, on that one.
Yeah. The Batman and Robin I read that came out this week. That wasn't so bad. It was Batman and the new Robin, which actually ties into Zero Year.
Who's the new Robin?
Have you read Zero Year?
I haven't yet.
No.
I need to so bad.
well, this is not a spoiler, so I'm gonna go out and say
Yeah,
it.
no,
But
go ahead.
there's a part in Zero Year when it gets over to the Savage City part of the story,
Mm-hmm.
where Riddler has taken over Gotham. Gotham's all in disarray after the hurricane. Batman wakes up in an apartment, and he wakes up to a black kid doing his homework and stuff like doing. He's either reading or doing some kind of homework, like it's like he's still trying to learn, or as this is going on, I don't know. But years down the road, in this Batman and Robin issue, he's the new Robin.
Oh, I see.
And
Okay.
it's them two taking on Damien's clone. I forgot what
Is
the
it
name
Damien?
of Damien's
Is that the new Robin's Damien?
No.
No. Okay.
But he takes on one of Damien's clone, the same clone that killed Damien. I forgot. He had a name, but I don't remember what the name was. I think it's Leviathan or something like that. That was all right. And I also read Batgirl.
I read the Batgirl one. I liked the Batgirl one. I thought that was pretty. My favorite part of the Batgirl one was how they started it. You know,
with
I
the
really,
wedding?
yeah, I really like the ending for Green Lantern. For Batgirl, I really like the beginning where they have her brother, basically threatened to shoot her. It's like so spoiler alert, I guess, if you haven't read it or whatever. But so basically, they're having like a rooftop wedding, which begs to ask the question, like, why would you get married on the top of a skyscraper? But whatever. Yeah. So Barbara Gordon's brother shows up and threatens to kill Barbara Gordon unless her like brand new husband or husband to be, the groom, jumps off the building and commits suicide. So he does it. He fucking jumps off the building, and it just sends her into this like psychotic rage where she just goes after like all of the crime like kingpins or whatever. It's pretty badass, I thought.
And she's like trained by Bane.
Yeah.
And she wears like a Bane-esque
costume
attire. Yeah.
Yeah,
that was pretty good.
I thought it was a good one.
And it also was the introduction, the first time you saw what's her face in New 52. The third Batgirl.
Oh, the younger one.
No, not the younger one. What is it, Cassandra Cain, or is that spoiler?
Oh, I can't remember.
I can't remember her name right now. I
honestly can't remember. It was maybe a week ago when I actually read the Batgirl. One off. What the hell is it called again? One shot.
One shot. Yeah.
God, fucking all the like different nomenclature they come up with for this stuff it's difficult to come up. It's difficult for an amateur podcaster to keep all of this bullshit straight. DC, what are you doing to me?
One shots, annuals.
I know, fucking. It's hard enough. It's honestly, as a comic book fan, it's hard enough just to keep like on track with like one fucking comic title, let alone if you have a couple different characters you want to read, like all the different like Hulk, for example. Fuck, there's like the Savage Hulk. You've got the fucking what was it, Indestructible Hulk that then fucking stopped and just went away, and then it was fucking then Hulk started, and then that one fucking ended, and it started over again with Hulk, and it's like, gee, it's fucking. I mean,
it's also like being a huge X-Men fan. You got Uncanny X-Men. You got Amazing X-Men, all new X-Men. Wolverine and the
X-Men, all of that shit. Yeah. Speaking of Wolverine, and we touched on this briefly last week, but you weren't here. Have you been reading Death of Wolverine?
Yeah, I've been picking that up.
How many have you read? 2 or all 3 that have released?
Was it have 3 been released?
The third one released today as we're recording this, or no, yesterday as we're recording this. I've read the first 2, and it is badass. I don't read X-Men. I don't read anything Wolverine. I liked Wolverine as a kid growing up. Who didn't? Anybody that watched the fucking X-Men cartoon growing up loved Wolverine. That's like you're lying if you weren't a fan of him to some degree. But I really, really enjoyed this book. The art is good. The story is good. I really like the direction that it's heading, where it's not 100% predictable. You know, I'm through 2 books, and I still don't fully know exactly what's going to happen just yet. So it's pretty badass. I'm really enjoying it.
I have not. I have to go back to my store and pick up yesterday's book. Then if I didn't.
The other thing I really liked about those is, and I don't know if this is going to be just like a first print thing for those, but the all the original artwork that they're putting in the back, like all the panel artwork.
Yeah,
Like, so
that's
it's
pretty cool.
if you guys didn't collect these, it's pretty neat. So you got the story, and then after the story, you have about another comic book's worth of pages with, you know, the original panel sketches and stuff like that from certain panels throughout the book that you can look at, and little blurbs talking about them and stuff like that. It's really interesting.
Yeah, I like when they throw in that extra little tidbit and you could see
Yeah,
all the art and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But I've been liking it. I mean, I also never really read much Wolverine and stuff. Never really picked up, but you know, they're seemingly killing him off for a very long time, or until the next X-Men movie comes out. Or
right.
Wolverine.
At least a year or so.
Yeah, but yeah, I've been liking that. Another thing Marvel released yesterday was Avengers time 8 months until time runs out, which was a little weird.
8
I don't know
months
if you.
till time runs out.
Yeah, it was.
I remember reading something about this several months ago, that there was going to be some like cataclysmic type of event or some kind of all-encompassing event in the Marvel universe or whatever called Time Runs Out or something.
Yeah, I'm hoping they reboot it, but it's weird because it almost seems like a future's end, because in this issue Thor doesn't have the hammer, which is kind of, but he has that axe and he's wearing just like tattered like Viking type outfit.
It's a guy, not
yeah,
a girl.
but it's Thor, not chick has hammer Thor. But he's already up to that.
So wait a minute. So is he Thor, son of Asgard, or Thor, son of
Thor Odinson?
Yeah, Thor Odinson, or is he Thor, like as we know him, Thor?
No, he's still Thor. He's still like, yeah, I hate this. Like, they're calling her Thor, but he's still Thor. He's still Thor.
Like lightning, hammer, all of that.
No, not that Thor.
So he's
like,
Odin's son.
Yeah, basically. Whatever you want to call it.
God, this is so
I don't know
fucked
how
up.
to explain
They
it.
fucked up Thor so bad. I don't even.
Yeah.
Like, I like Thor. I don't read a lot of Thor, but I like him. I really like the movies a lot. I really like the character. When I read Avengers books or books where the Avengers are involved, he's one of the characters that I really enjoy seeing his panels and the storyline that he follows. But there is no way I will purchase a Thor book right now, because it's not interesting, because it's already too fucking muddied up with all this, like, well, he's Thor, but she's Thor. She's the Thor, but he's the original Thor, but he's the Thor that has the, like, fuck off.
I guess you could explain it by he's Thor, but she just has the power of Thor.
Right.
Which also kind of doesn't make sense, but whatever. So this book takes place in the future of not what's going on right now, because you still have Axis coming up soon. Tony Stark in this is already, you know, his inverted self with the silver superior Iron Man costume.
Mm-hmm.
And then S.H.I.E.L.D. has control of, like, everything. Like, the Avengers, which is a whole different, like, which they didn't really explain much, but they have control of Stark Tower. And everybody's calling it talking about a Tony incident. And at the end of the book, they're looking for the Illuminati. I don't know if you're familiar with the Illuminati of Marvel. They're like all the big brains.
Oh, okay.
So they're looking for the Illuminati, and towards the end of the book, they come up on they're trying to catch Amadeus Cho. He's like, I don't know how to explain him. He's just super smart, but he's like 17.
Okay.
And they send after him Captain Marvel, Hawkeye, and War Machine drones. Like they're War Machine outfits, but
Right.
they're machines.
Okay.
And the Hawkeye and Captain Marvel's outfits are all black, but they're normal colored. Like Hawkeye has the swoosh and stuff like that is all white. Like they're part of SHIELD. I don't know. It's all this weird shit that they're releasing too early because it's not caught up to that.
Right. Okay.
So you have no idea what's going on.
So
I mean,
what is your overall, what do you think? I mean, granted, I'm assuming this is an ongoing series or at least like a 9-issue series or something like that.
This isn't coming out until next year. This
So
event.
is this a preview book or is this going to
No,
run?
it's an actual
run
issue.
monthly until then?
It might run monthly because this is calling Time Runs Out. So I don't know if there. And it says the top of the issue says 8 months till Time Runs Out.
Okay,
So
so they're
it's
going to run this
actually-
shit 7 months till time runs out, 6 months.
Yeah, and then Time Runs Out is going to be a whole another event because they're still doing that Access event with Red Skull in the Onslaught outfit, putting all the mutants in Genosha in like a camp.
How are they so good at making movies and so bad at like putting together like crossover events?
They have
like
dropped,
fucking Original Sin was garbage.
yeah,
Absolute garbage.
and now this whole nother thing comes out, and my theory is because Nick Fury is the Unseen and he's chained to the moon basically.
Which is just fucking stupid to start with.
I'm hoping that this whole Time Runs Out thing that's happening in 8 months destroys the Marvel Universe, and Nick Fury's left to watch and can't do anything to stop it like he's been with the behind-the-scenes things in originals. And then
and then they reboot it.
But knowing Marvel and how they're doing shit now is just like, well, we're not going to reboot. We're going to shake things up a little bit.
They're going to shake things up, and then they're going to bring in Pretty Princess to be.
And then they're going to merge.
Fucking... Oh god.
They're going to merge the 616 universe with the Ultimate Universe because there's going to be 5 Spider-Men and 3 Captain Americas.
It's funny you said that. There's actually supposedly there's a big Spider-Man crossover event that's coming up that's going to bring in all of the different Spider-Men.
The Spider-Verse, that's horrible too.
The whole Spider-Verse is going to like converge into like one series or something, which is like,
yeah.
Why?
They started it last week. This week was the second issue.
Was it any good?
No.
Last
week was like the Spider-Man noir character, but it was his story, and then at the end, this guy shows up trying to kill him, and Superior Spider-Man, Doc Ock Spider-Man, who's back all of a sudden.
What? Wait a minute. So they even got rid of him though.
No, but they restarted. Was it this week or was it last month? They restarted his issues again. Now he's in the year 2099.
Oh, so it's 2099 Superior. So we're going back to the 2099 titles now.
No.
That nobody cared about the first time they did it.
It's Doc Ock. It's Doc Ock.
Right.
That Superior and Peter Parker's
You remember
body,
the 2099 titles though, right? Like you can buy like 15 of those for like 50 cents now.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants anything to do with them.
But somehow Doc Ock, Superior Spider-Man, all that, the ones from that same Doc Ock Peter Parker, somehow is in 2099, and now he's jumping through universes collecting teams of Spider-Men.
What?
Like, it has nothing to do with Peter Parker yet. Like, the real Peter Parker.
So, is Peter Parker going to be coming into this storyline, or is he just like...
I have no idea. He's going to have to, because if you read the original Sin Spider-Man, they talked about It's weird. I don't know what the fuck they're doing anymore. Just like you said, how can they make good movies? They haven't been good since, like, 2008. Whenever
there's some stuff that I like. Like, I don't want to say that everything's bad, because, like, the new Hulk series I'm really enjoying. The Savage Hulk mini series, I don't know if you've read any of that. It's a 4 issue. I think the fourth one came out today. I haven't, or yesterday. I mean, I haven't gotten to go to the comic book store yet this week, but it's like a throwback with the old X-Men, like of the 60s, like the late 60s, I believe. I don't know. Topher would be able to give you a little bit more accurate. It's like a story.
The First Class.
It's, I honestly, I wish I could tell you. I hate to even guess at it because I know he's told me and I forget. But it's an actual issue of X-Men that explains a story where they go looking for the Hulk. And I think Havoc finds him or something like that. Well, and then there was like a break. I think it was when there was a break in X-Men, like when they stopped making X-Men for a while. Mm-hmm. And this is kind of like in that spot. And it's telling it from the Hulk perspective and stuff. And like, it's crazy. Like Jean Grey ended up taking on the Hulk, like becoming the Hulk. So now
Jean Grey became the Hulk?
Yeah, so she like, because they did some fucked up shit with his head, like she stole his powers away from him when they were trying to heal him somehow. And now the fucking the professor is like in his head. It's wild, but it's good. It's very readable. It's very readable. It's going to be one of those where I'll read the next issue, and then I'm going to have to go back to the beginning and read the whole thing again. To really, like, kind of get the whole picture. But it's good. It is good. But for every one series that I like of Marvel, there's, like, 3 things
10.
that they do that I don't like. So, I don't know.
DC is where the good stories are right now.
Unfortunately, that's pretty much... That's pretty much all I've been reading, it has been mainly DC's. Other than the Hulk stuff, is just DC every week, You
got the weeklies, Future's End, and Batman Eternal.
Have you been reading Batman Eternal?
Yeah.
Kicks ass. They brought Hush back into it.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Yes.
That little part was awesome.
Fuck yes. I hope he ends up being... It looks like he's going to end up being the main fucking villain, which is just like... he is such a badass.
Yeah. I mean, when he stabs Alfred in the head with the what was it? The fear toxin?
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. I wonder how that's going to end up getting reversed. I mean, because you know that they're not going to leave Alfred fucked up, They'll do something to kind of fucking twist that around or...
Yeah, I wonder. I think they just were giving... It's just to give the like his daughter a character, more of a character,
more of a front stage. Yeah, she's gonna be Penny 2 now or whatever. Yeah.
So I'm really liking Eternal. Eternal's been going great, especially like you just said, especially with Hush being the main bad guy.
I was concerned at first that with it being a weekly series, they weren't gonna have enough to say.
Yeah.
Like, it was going to be way too watered down with a bunch of shit that you don't care about. But they've taken a story that is, like, just immensely intricate and woven this, tapestry of events together to really paint a good picture of what's happening not only in Gotham, but around the world surrounding this incident and how it just kind of branches out and touches all these different pieces of the Batman Gotham universe, with all the different characters. You've got fucking Batgirl, Batwoman, fucking Nightwing, and it's bringing Hush in. It is probably my second favorite series of DC right now. And I hate to touch on this again, but you weren't here last week, and fuck it, I don't fucking care. I'm going to talk about it again because I know that you're also a fucking big fan of the Green Lantern universe, like I am.
Yeah.
The Sinestro books. Please, God, tell me you're fucking reading the Sinestro book.
Favorite book.
Easily my favorite.
Favorite book.
Oh, did you read the most recent one where he has fucking Parallax inside of him? Oh.
And he just lets him out, and he's like, all right, come back. And he's like, I told you.
Oh, I know. And so this is my theory. Okay, I put this to you as another Green Lantern universe fan. I think, you know how there's been talks, and it's been told by the writers of the series that later, I think it's later this year, or maybe the spring, that there's going to be a huge crossover event in the Green Lantern universe that involves all the Lantern titles.
Yeah, it's called God's Head, I think. It's basically all the Lantern cores are going up against the I don't know if it's the New Gods and the Old Gods. I don't know if you're familiar with the New Gods and the Old Gods.
No,
Have you read Final Crisis?
No, I have not.
From the old DC universe?
I have
basically, not. The Darkseid. Darkseid is I think he's a New God. Like, it's basically Darkseid. I don't know if they're going up against... It's probably not going to be up against Darkseid, but it's
someone
all
of that
the
caliber.
Other people like him.
Okay.
All people of his caliber, and I'm not too familiar on what they are and who they are, but they're like Darkseid's people. Darkseid has his own planet, Apocalypse. Right. These are people like the same kind of
race.
I don't know if they're race, maybe, but they're like almost like gods.
Okay.
Or some shit.
My original, I don't know if I'm going to stick with this theory now after hearing that, but my original thought was that because this is so impactful, the fact that Sinestro has Parallax in him, not only in him, but can control him, I felt like this could be like the driving force that leads into whatever that crossover event, like the causal factor of why the issue happens. That is the
See, I don't think it's going to be that, just because like I knew what it was about already.
Mm-hmm.
But now that he's the only one that can basically command a entity,
which means that he could be the hero of the fucking story.
Yeah, is he going to be like the big gun for them?
It gets better and better.
Because because out of all the Lanterns and nobody was able to control an entity.
Not fully.
The only one we saw
they were able to influence it slightly.
Yeah, but mainly they got taken over.
Yeah.
Now Parallax is basically Sinestro's dog, and the entities are like the entities were like the most powerful.
Yeah, that's it. That's the
Spectral, because they were the first to feel that emotion. Now, does he just basically is he like the Superman of all the Lanterns?
Or what about this? Or do you think that fucking Sinestro will, when the shit really hits the fan and they're down again, backs against the wall, Sinestro breaks down and teaches the others how to control their entities. And so then you end up with like the fucking Justice League of the Lantern Corps. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Atrocitus with the red entity in him, and fucking Hal Jordan.
That would be cool.
Green entity. But that would be something I would like to read.
Now, would they give it to Atrocitus, or would they give it to Guy Gardner? Because Guy Gardner is like the big deal in the Red Lantern books now.
That's true. I'd rather see it Atrocitus personally, but I don't know. I don't know, man. Guy Gardner is an interesting character as well.
Yeah, but I like how they made him a Red Lantern. Now he has like a handlebar mustache and fucking long hair.
Is that who Daryl Banks that we interviewed? Is that who he mainly drew, or was it Guy Gardner, or was it?
No, it was Kyle Rayner.
Kyle Rayner.
Yeah.
Kyle Rayner took over.
Who's the White Lantern? Well, the White Lantern does have an entity, but you haven't really seen it since I don't think you've seen it since Forever, not Forever Evil, Blackest Night.
Yeah. Now, did you, as a Lantern fan, a couple weeks ago, did your local comic book store get the fucking DC Direct little plastic lantern rings in different colors?
We've had them for a while. They actually
it's been a couple of weeks.
When Blackest Night came out,
yeah,
there would be certain issues that came out. If you bought that issue, you'd get a free ring.
And it's just a little plastic one that comes in a little bag.
I don't want to fuck up my camera perspective, but they're all right here sitting under my monitor.
I have them all out in the living room in my like display case where I have like all my statues and figures and stuff like that. But we have all of them except for black, I think. I think I got all of them except for the black ring.
I don't think a lot of places have the black ring.
But they had them at mine. I just didn't grab that one the first time I was there, and then they were out of it the second time. But it was funny because I went to another comic book store. I was out of town on business, and me and my girlfriend ran into this other comic book store when we were stopping for lunch, and we were like, okay, well, let's go in here. They had taken those and put them into a fucking vending machine.
Really?
Like a gumball machine?
That's smart.
And they were charging $1 a piece.
Oh, $1?
I was like, damn.
Yeah, a lot of places raised them up because I don't know if
our comic book store was giving them away for free. We got
really?
Yeah, we got all of ours for free, completely for free.
Because I seen them for like 25 cents. Then I seen them for like $1 each.
I would buy them for 25 cents. I mean, they're just little plastic things, but they look badass. Like if you're a Green Lantern fan, they look badass sitting on the shelf.
Yeah, I mean, they're awesome. I mean, that was a good idea when they came out with them to give them for each issue of...
yeah, I think that's cool.
With each issue of Blackest Night. But I bought them... I have 2 sets. I have one set that I kind of like had since then.
That you play with.
Like since when they first come up with that. Yeah, I wore them a couple of times. Definitely, like I would put my Green Lantern shirt on and just...
I got my display set and I got my play set.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, come on, let me make my own airplane. Shit, I can't. But I have a couple of sets. One was a little worn down because it came out. I've had them since 2008 when that series came out.
It's not worn out because it's old. It's worn out from you and your friends going to play Green Lantern Corps in the backyard.
Yeah, I mean, why can't I have... I mean, when I was like 10, why couldn't they have them?
I know, right? How cool would that be? And it's just a little piece of plastic. It's like, I mean, it couldn't have cost them more than a fraction of a penny to make one of these things.
That's all they are. Where was my camera?
Yeah.
It's just plastic.
Yeah, just a little bitty plastic. Like... It's there's nothing to it. It's not even connected on the back either. It's just like...
I don't know if they still make them, but you could probably check on different websites.
Our comic book store just got them, a boatload of them in, like... God, it must have been 2 or 3 weeks ago. Probably 3 weeks ago now. Maybe a month at the most. But they were giving them away. It was just like, you know, if you buy a comic book, you can take 2.
Really?
That kind of thing. And they had them for a handful of weeks, and we collected up all of them except for, like I said, they got rid of the black one. Or they didn't have the black one left the last time I went. But I even have the white one.
Oh, they did have the white one.
Yeah. Yeah, I was really... I got that one the first time I went. I was like, oh, the fucking white ring.
See, they used to also make, if I'm not... They used to also make... I'm looking right now, I don't see it. But they used to make one same size, looked the same thing, but they had a little battery inside and
that would light up.
Front.
Yeah, I've seen those. I've seen those too. Those are pretty sweet. I want to get one of the big lanterns.
Yeah, that also come with... I don't know if they come with the light-up one.
They come with a ring where you fucking you touch it to the thing and it fucking
lights up.
All lights up. I want it.
They're like $300.
Yeah, they're super
crazy.
Super expensive.
If they were $200, I'd definitely buy one. But it's just like
$200. I don't know. Maybe.
Great.
I'd probably go $150 on it. Damn.
Yeah.
All right. Let's shift gears, so to speak, and talk about some news. First thing you brought up, Killer Croc, you said, gonna be in Gotham.
They supposedly said they want to introduce him into Gotham maybe in the near future. That's cool, but I hope they do him right.
Yeah,
Like
I
he
don't know
doesn't
how I feel about it really.
he doesn't need to be like Croc face or anything, but they could make him look like.
Well, it's got to be what Killer Croc would have been before, like when Bruce Wayne was a child.
Yeah,
So
what would it have been?
so then
we don't even know how.
That's what I'm saying.
How
like,
old Killer Croc is.
Like, what's the I don't know the origin story of Killer Croc. Is there an origin story for Killer Croc? I don't.
There probably is. I don't think he's ever been human. I don't think it was like Dr. Kirk Connors, how he turned into the lizard or something like that. I think it's just like a deformity. He was born that way.
As a crocodile.
Well, not a crocodile, but a human crocodile.
So you're
more or less.
You're suggesting that his mother somehow managed to have sexual relations with a crocodile.
Yeah. I mean, I could be wrong on his origin, but
I bet there's a video of it somewhere.
Having sex with a crocodile. That's probably one thing I don't want to see.
Did you all on a side note? I have to bring this up. Did you notice on the comment of our podcast where we actually challenged our viewers to find out if drinking too much grape soda turns your poop green?
Did somebody do it?
Somebody actually verified that you can turn your poop green.
Oh, poop. I thought we talked about it turning purple.
I can't remember.
Green. I know I pooped green before. I think it's like too much. Like when you eat a lot of like roughage and greens, it'll turn your poop green.
There's somebody. Gosh, I wish. Blue. I can confirm it was Geese Lord Zero. I can confirm the blue shit story. While it's not soda, there's a grape flavored beer I drink called Four Loko. So he drank he drank grape Four Loko and it turned his shit blue. So Geese Lord Zero, thank you for going through that gut wrenching experiment for our sake. That's yeah. Wow. I can you imagine the fucking heartburn you would have if you drank enough Four Loko to turn your shit blue? Oh. It makes my chest hurt just thinking about it. But
now I have a question for Geese Lord. If he watches this, when he watches this, now was it the old Four Loko before they recalled it and watered down the caffeine? Because there was a whole shit about like it was one of those like energy drink alcoholic drinks.
Yeah,
that recalled. Was it the recalled version or the original version?
I want to say that I heard from somewhere. I could be wrong about this. I could be completely wrong about this. But I want to say I heard from somewhere that you could, on the original version of that shit, you could like pour it over styrofoam and it would like turn to napalm or some shit.
That's crazy.
Like,
I'm surprised we didn't have like terrorists trying to blow us up with Four Loko.
Now that sounds like a fucking experiment I want to be a part of. Like let's try and get our hands on a can of the original stuff and see who we can fucking cause. Like I don't like just start a bonfire in the backyard. I'm not trying to cause any fucking real damage, but just to see what it does would be interesting.
Don't try this at home, kids.
Yes, do not try this at home, kids. This is not part of the experience. Drink plenty of grape soda and turn your shit blue, but don't set things on fire.
But if you happen to know the answer ahead of time, let us know.
Yeah, we're not opposed. Clearly, just for intellectual purposes, of course.
Yeah.
So
just we're wondering.
Okay, so we were talking about Killer Croc. God, I completely lost track. We started talking about poop, and it completely derailed my whole.
Your poop always derails everything.
It does that sometimes. Okay, the biggest news is what we're going to get to next. This is something that I am super excited about. This literally just was announced minutes before we started recording. So we're bringing it to you real close to first. I'm not going to claim that we're the first, but damn close to first as we're recording this. Fox Entertainment is delaying Fantastic Four and has officially greenlit Deadpool for 2016. They are going to release it on February 12th, 2016. It has a release date. It is on the books. Ryan Reynolds has gone on record saying he is interested in doing the role. They haven't confirmed him for playing Deadpool yet, but they have confirmed that Tim Miller, the person that directed the test footage using Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, will be the director of the film. That makes me think we're going to see Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. What do you think, man?
I think we're definitely going to see him as Deadpool. He's been attached to Deadpool ever since that horrible movie.
Oh, it wasn't that bad. I liked the Green Lantern. It wasn't as good as it could have been.
No, not the Green Lantern movie, the Wolverine movie.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
When he played Wade Wilson in that.
I haven't seen that. I thought you were fucking harping on the Green Lantern movie again.
No, that's horrible too, but that's for another podcast. But I think it's definitely in. He's been, since that Wolverine movie, he's been on the record saying he wants to do one. He wants to do one right. He wants to break the fourth wall. He wants it to be bloody. He wants it to be funny. Pop culture references. He wants it to be funny. It's ever since that movie came out, he's been wanting to do this.
It's going to be him. The popularity of that leaked, quote unquote leaked. That shit wasn't leaked. It was they did it on purpose. Fucking released that shit. It was out there in a big way immediately, in HD too. It wasn't like a fucking dirtball copy. This shit was like high def 1080. If you haven't seen the test footage, just look it up. Deadpool test footage, Ryan Reynolds.
It's all over.
You'll find it
YouTube
anywhere. And it is awesome. It is going to be so good. The movie is going to be... It's going to be one of those movies that you can watch over and over because it's going to have the action element and it's going to have that comedic value to it that makes it rewatchable.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, I hope they do it right. I hope they do it because the test footage was all that CGI animation type stuff. So if they're gonna do like a live action, I hope they do it just like that. But
I wouldn't care if it was CGI. The whole fucking movie was like that fucking test clip. Even if it's all CGI, just like that, and just make it a fucking glorified animated film. If it's geared towards the adult crowd, and it's played out like that test clip was, it's going to be a fucking hit. Period. It doesn't matter if it's CGI or live action or not or what. It's going to be good. It's going to be really, really good.
And I hope it's rated R.
It better be. You can't do a Deadpool movie and make it PG-13. There's just no way. I mean, there's no fucking way.
It'd be like the Expendables 3 without any blood.
God.
But you have to. It has to be rated R.
I agree. So, in other podcasting news, this isn't really comic book related at all. At the expense of being harassed by Topher for the fact that I enjoy Kevin Smith movies and stuff like that, his podcasts and whatnot. He is an avid podcaster. You know that, Brian. You've listened to some of his stuff. I don't know. Do you listen to the Smodcast podcast?
No, I don't.
Well,
I'm guessing he does that more than he does the Fat Man on Batman.
Yeah. I like the Fat Man on Batman better, but it's been a long time since he's done one. But anyway, during one of the episodes of that podcast, they were making jokes and references to this fake article on a website about a guy that was looking for a roommate and you could live in his house for free if you dressed up like a walrus for 2 hours every day.
Were they doing that because of his movie?
It ended up being fake, but that's why he made the movie Tusk. And that's the bit of news that I was going to announce is, that's where it came from. So Tusk is being released, I think nationwide this Friday, actually, the 19th, tomorrow as we're recording this. But the bigger news that I was going to say, I don't know if you've heard, but Johnny Depp is actually going to be he's in the first movie. He's in Tusk, but he's going to play a major role in the second movie, Yoga Hosers.
Yoga Hosers?
Yeah.
What?
It's going to be supposedly it's going to be like a comedy about some fucking Canadian girls that hate everything American, and they have a yogi they call him Yogi Bear, and it's fucking Justin Long, I guess. And I don't know the full thing, but it's supposedly it's going to be really funny. I don't know. I will probably watch it, but
Tusk looks. I have to say, Tusk looks creepy.
I have heard extremely good reviews about it. That it's really weird, creepy, kind of what the hell, like out there, different. But at the same time, if you listen to his podcasts and shit, it all kind of makes sense, and like there's little funny tie-ins to inside joke type stuff. So I'm sure I'll see it. I don't know if I'll go to the theater and see it or not. But I don't even know if it's playing in a theater anywhere around here. But
I'm sure it will.
Speaking of theaters, that brings me to my last bit of news. AMC, the number 2 theater chain in the United States, has announced a plan to accelerate the improvements of their theaters. And it's all going to happen prior to the release of the two of the biggest... we're not going to get into the Superman-Batman debate again. 2 of the biggest movies that are coming out, Age of Ultron and Star Wars 7, is it 7? Yeah, 7. Star Wars 7. They're gonna increase 20% customer experience initiatives by 20%, I think. Oh gosh, I can't remember. It's I've got it here in front of me. Something. Well, regardless, they're going to basically they're adding more recliner seats. So there's going to be a significantly higher amount of recliner seats in the theaters prior to the release of these huge fucking titles that us as comic book nerds love and can't wait to see, because obviously it's going to cost more to sit in a recliner seat than a regular seat. But the interesting piece that I find about this, Brian, is that we're driving the fucking film industry right now. Comic book nerds are driving everything in Hollywood right now. Guardians of the Galaxy killed it. Avengers was fucking incredible. Captain America 2 Winter Soldier. Shit, I'm about to watch that. We just rented it on Blu-ray tonight. We're going to throw that in after we're done fucking recording here. I'm going to go get my nerd on out in the living room. This shit is completely... What did we say the one day? It's like 19, 20 movies over the next 4 or 5 years.
It
is something absolutely... The sheer volume of nerd culture that's coming out on the silver screen right now, and not just coming out on the silver screen, but succeeding like to the top level. These are the top grossing films of every month, of every quarter, of every year, are all of these, sci-fi, comic book, those kind of movies. That's the big stuff right now. So if you're not a comic book nerd, then you're, if you're not in the nerd nation, you're not in it.
2016, Newsarama.com has a full schedule. Like it, obviously, some of the movies, Marvel has like dates that they haven't released. What's going on there? But for 2016 alone, February is Deadpool. March 25th is Superman, Batman, Superman. May 6th is Captain America. May 27th is X-Men Apocalypse. July 8th is an untitled Marvel film. August 5th is an untitled DC film. And November 11th is supposed to be Sinister Six. That's 7 movies in 2016.
That's
7 comic book movies.
That's more than one every other month.
Yeah.
Fuck. I remember you remember being a kid and fucking Batman 1989 came out in the movie theaters, and you're like, holy shit, we're gonna see fucking Batman on the theater. Like, it's gotta be so awesome. Now it's like a fucking regular occurrence. Your favorite superheroes and shit on the silver screen constantly.
Well, 2017 also, as you're saying that, I was looking at 2017. March 3rd is supposed to be a Wolverine sequel. May 5th is an unknown Marvel film. June 23rd is an unknown DC film. July 14th is Fantastic Four 2. July 28th is Guardians of the Galaxy 2. November 3rd is an untitled Marvel film. November 17th is an untitled DC film. Then that year, no date yet, is supposed to be a female Spider-Man spin-off. And then another movie that year with no date yet is supposed to be the Venom spin-off. That's 9 movies that year.
Holy shit.
We are making theaters money.
Yes.
Like our type of movies are making theaters money.
That is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It's something growing up as a comic book fan, as a lover of the cartoons of these comic book titles and stuff growing up that you never thought you would see, you know?
Yeah.
Growing up, I never thought you would see this kind of stuff where
Spider-Man, Iron Man.
Every month you could go see a new comic book movie in the theater. Like that. That's unbelievable. Oh my god, it's so fucking awesome. That's just incredible to me.
Yeah, we're just making money for all these theaters, all these
the movie studios.
Right.
Oh my god, that's just incredible. Well, that's about it for the news this week. So I guess share this video. You know, I'm just saying. I thought that was a pretty good video. I thought that was pretty fun.
Yeah,
if you
give us likes.
So
Topher and Pirates videos suck.
Yeah,
compared to mine, I could win.
Let's figure out which one did the best. We've got a couple videos. I don't know the exact episode numbers, but if you watch over the last couple, there's one with myself and Pirate, one with myself and Topher, and then this one. Possibly the greatest one. I don't know. We'll have to see what the fans say.
Now you just need to do one by yourself, talking to yourself.
Oh my gosh. Then you
could join our competition.
I don't even know how I would go about doing that.
Speak into a mirror.
Just straight talk for an hour. There's no way. Nobody would watch it. Who wants to hear? I don't even want to hear myself think for an hour, let alone talk for an hour.
That's why I sleep a lot.
There it is. All right, we'll see you next week. I'm Fox 2. We got Whole F and Brian.
Later.